Should only take me a moment. Watch your head. I've never seen Elixir move like this. Mind their vertical, Guardian.
Sorry for all that earlier. My name's Lodi. My introductions aren't usually that rude. Come on, let me show you around.
As the Nine plan to interfere, they're not a concern.
Lodi, we're at the altar.
Mr. Ghost, this is Lodi. Excellent. Go ahead and drink the contents.
Drink?
No, that can't be right. You do not want to do that. Just say again, do not drink the dark matter in that container.
The hell, Lauren? Why do you sound like you ate a dream journal?
Ventricle. Damn it! I am not adjusting to linear time well. I am no longer emissary. I quit.
You quit?
We've learned their language has multiple origins. Little wonder it needs such effort. Understanding comes not a moment too soon. Between the Elixir and the Vex, the situation here is unstable. And we have so much to learn from them. I followed your example in translating. Script first, then words. These notes you recovered, unbelievable. The advances this outlines in gravitational manipulation, without the light. And that's only one thesis. I hope some of them, at least, will be amenable to returning to Earth.
Vex. They're the ones attacking the food supply.
Stop me if this one is obvious, but do Vex need to eat?
Not in any fashion we recognize.
Sounds like an empty life. Then this is just sabotage against the Ionians.
As if they weren't facing enough. The Nine, the Vex, and a singularity ripping the planet apart. That's too obvious a coincidence to ignore.
The Nine what?
Simply the Nine. They exist outside of time as far as we understand it. Difficult to confirm on the best of days. Style of ship is quite old. Even with only this much left, it's incredible. I haven't seen anything like it. The material could have been affected by the time anomaly here. That could account for the relatively good condition.
As a frame of reference, how old would you say it is compared to your ships?
Easily hundreds of years.
Oh.
Anomalous energy signatures. Good work, Guardian.
Elected to become something impossible. Your molecules have already volunteered.
I'm sorry, my molecules?
I was the emissary as you were. And will become the same. I quit, and it left me transmuted. I think if I can help you adjust, I can reclaim my mind.
Emissary for who?
The beings in your dreams.
I don't know what you're talking about.
We are above you. Now, believe us.
She's still going to throw everything she has to get us out of the way. Gate Lord incoming.
So, Maya wants to return.
Number. Hundreds of years ago.
They're gone. Are you kidding me? Just like that? There was an apocalypse, and it's ancient history, and that's it. Didn't someone think to etch a date in a stone or something helpful? There's no time capsules, no bunkers, just gone? looking up, realizing all over again how much more was out there that nobody saw. Guess the stars aren't such a wonder anymore. Out here.
There are still mysteries.
Captain Guardian. Removing their leader will scatter the fallen.
The when and where doesn't matter anymore. It's all gone. What does matter is that the unknown was calling. Long distance. I knew if I didn't pick up that phone, I'd regret it for the rest of my life. I was skipping around like a needle across the record, jumping from track to track because of my will was not my own. But I wasn't afraid. Not of death, not of aliens, not of whatever this was.
witness. Empress, Mithrak, Sabathun. Witness forces are closing in. Help me stop them.
Vanguard Command, we're closing in on the witness now. This it.
We are the first knife. We
All
are
right, the
the
real
edge
fight begins.
that carved purpose into being. Your resistance will be remembered within the shadow of the Black Fleet. Do not interfere.
Just like the last time, Guardian. Destroy the statue.
Free us. We are one.
It will end soon.
We won't suffer one more day with you.
I don't understand.
That's it. We did it. We did it.
This must be the House of Exile's new teleportation tech. It's mounted in an old cannon frame. That's handy. Scans show the power cell and space inverter have been tampered with. Those mechanisms have dark matter cores. They'll wear out fast. It looks like this mobile unit creates an entangled link between a jump pad and wherever you're aiming. Just be careful what you pointed at.
You think he's really clairvoyant?
Hey team, I've seen those little flying bots play hot potato delivering dark matter down to your proximity.
I have an idea. Guardian, a concentration of dense matter could send the whole system over the edge. Let's look for those shanks. You were right, Lodi. This scans like dark matter, wrapped around an artificial gravity well.
Sounds like the type of thing.
It's like dark matter, wrapped around an artificial gravity well.
Oh, don't worry if it doesn't fit. Just jam it in there.
Pressure's increasing. The pipes are still holding. We need more.
Incoming exiles. Crack your knuckles and rack your slides.
I think we can fit under the grate with the pipeline.
As it tears through their false heart and flimsy will.
There it is. Your plan. A full-scale push into the singularity, and those rumors of using a powered-up...
They've changed the fate of the universe. They chose to be here.
Each choice, right, trial, wasn't absent an organizer. Do you know you comply with instructions you don't know exist? From the moment you arrived on Kepler, You've marked coincidence after coincidence. Happenstance, serendipity. The brush of spiderweb against your cheek may as well be chiseled slabs to the knife.
Collect it now.
The likely...
In space, in time. Commander, your first step. Scheduled at our hand. An intervention necessary to ensure attendance.
The Nine killed me to get me here?
From simple perspectives. The technicality. Lightbearer. Thank you for your attendance with minimal...
What was your name?
Lewis. Agent Lewis Sierra.
Thank you, Lewis.
How long did you know?
From the second I saw you.
Why didn't you tell me?
Because you're not her!
creature without agency. A discarded puppet wrapped in her wires. And the weapon. Guardian, the Nine flatter you and themselves. But my enemies do not threaten me, because I do not allow it. I command their passivity. They cannot raise their weapons.
Be the final Strangelet capsule. We did it. The quarantine field is failing.
Set into orbit. This and Three's message to come. Always loved warming your armor, sunshine. The well is dry. I have no more answers. I'm sorry.
Wait, so the Nine are saying they planned for me to raise the Guardian?
We are not pawns. We determine our choices, not them. Let's get to the altar of relativity and get answers from Three ourselves.
Anything from them is the quickest way to make sure you won't go home. And I don't know how I left. It may not always be possible.
You're saying I might have to turn this down too. Your trade took everything from you, Orin. But they already took everything from me. I see it, though. What you're saying. I see it 200 feet tall, staring me down. My God.
Mystery looks less like a cipher we're meant to decode, and more like a panic scrawl we're struggling to read. This is a crime scene. We're captured in the gravity of this, too. But we still chose to come. Timelessness or not, we're here now. And we've changed set futures before.
Ikora's got a lot to look over here, and we've got one more time field to scan. Let's move, Guardian.
Wait, Guardian. Orin, hold up. I feel like the L train during rush hour. All of them are queuing up in here. The Nine need us.
The vote. Of course they want to do it now. I remember my own transfer. There wasn't much fanfare. Xur was miscreated. They seemed eager to move on.
Yay. Unsheath the weapon. But reactionary choices. Empty-seated. Nay to the emissary.
Stupid to ignore threat, arm ourselves. We never move without intermediaries. I to all.
Complete, abject, insulted refusal! Ridiculous! 6. We are at war. 1 casts our vote in the affirmative.
This council sees the weapon loosed. But
Guardian, you've got an incoming call.
I know folks expect we arrived here. That old hall's been acting real squirrely, like it's trying to give me the slip. I never thought of the moats we put in there as sentient. Of course, all the baddies you dusted probably felt some kind of way about it. But the moats themselves, I reckoned they were just leftover scraps from your target practice. But the way the Hall's yapping at me, I think maybe they wanted to be dunked. And now, they want out.
The transfer was successful. My senses are beginning to settle. I feel smaller.
Couldn't help but count while you all were calling the 9, but, where was 3?
And I remember I know why. I'm supposed to tell you something.
You have your chisel, Warren. Use it, and find us clarity.
My chisel is sharp. The message is clear. I understand what was forgotten. 3 is dead.
The 9 that invited us here is dead?
I'm so sorry. It was like a block in my mind. The 9 wouldn't let me remember until now.
They brought us here to tell us something. They rearranged our entire lives. For what?
There has to be a reason. What type of message are we supposed to hear from the dead?
They're using 3's body to widen the black hole. They made the singularity. We need to hurry before we're overtaken.
Train the giver. Devour its flesh beyond flesh, my exiles. Coast the infinite. And you, Deathless, I will cut you down long before the singularity grows large enough to swallow you!
The Archon is the only thing between us and the answers we deserve. Bury him, Guardian.
Killer's carcass as you're fated to die. Face me,
Or 3 intervened so Drifter would bring the means to revive them. Brought Lodi to give them a voice.
Summon the weapon and myself so we would hear their message.
I don't want to see 3 again. You were brought here to raise the dead, bring them to life. They'll close the tear. Wake them and listen.
Orin, wait. This call is different than the others? What happens to me if they're dead?
I guess you'll find out.
Guess so.
When you're ready.
Not running from this one. As much as I'd like to. Not every day you resurrect a god.
You stand here, that I would not die alone again. Children of my earth, to survive, you must bind the 9. It cannot be done. The weapon will do it. Strike true, weapon. Goodbye, Ambassador.
That's a neat little trick. Thanks, Fred. I'm fine. I'm dead again. Or 3 is dead again. The 9 can't exist here. Same as we can't exist in a painting.
Reaction that leads to extinction. But if they went through all the trouble to get us here, to send a message to the children of their Earth,
then it must be a warning, not a promise. 3 gave us instructions to prevent extinction.
Bind the 9. A dying wish to save us.
Our crew used to joke that we were sighting targets for Orion's next hunt, guiding his arrows to the hearts of evil men. We thought we could make killing fair. I'm not that naive anymore. But as an emissary, I could still put a finger on the scale.
Let's show them what the Traveler gave us.
I do not think so. We would know if they had. Failsafe, you agree?
Most lifeforms and AIs prefer silence to gunfire. Guardians are the notable exception.
You know us too well.
Some kind of arc energy cycle.
For a long time, we thought that the blind well led to your throne world alone, Queen Mara.
That used to be the case, until our new Techians cleverly repurposed it. In doing so, they opened the blind well to the rest of the Ascendant Plane. And Zivu Arath.
Holding taken essence will feel strangely powerful. Bank as many as needed to end the assault.
would if I were you.
Do you think House Salvation found what it was looking for?
I do not think so. We would know it.
What was that? I just got a spike of weird Taken energy.
That was a chimera. It must be the Ahamkara's avatar.
of worlds. The damage the Scorn could have caused had one of them realized what they possessed. We'll secure the bones and make sure this can't happen again.
Yeah. This makes me a little worried about the hidden cost of our deal with Riven.
That thought has crossed my mind.
Petra, I've never apologized to you for what you're still going through.
There's no need. It wasn't you.
I'm sorry. He is too.
Good luck. Good luck. Good luck.
Guardians, you do us honor with your service. Elixni have long memories. We will remember this.
I've spent so much time in the lab over the past couple of years, I almost forgot how exhilarating combat is.
Perhaps we should trade places. Mark was cheesed off that I turned down an administrative post to stay in the field.
Norm